Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. And in this video, I'm going to show you how XRP is one step closer to the access of banks, not only because of the rule change, but because of Polysign. First, to make a comparison of where we were and where we are, listen to this from Faisal Khan. He is very knowledgeable, and he was talking about how the industry was prior to this rule change. It was uploaded on the 20th of July.
Hello, my name is Faisal Khan. I'm doing a series of videos on Ripple and Stellar and all the other networks that are basically going to be moving crypto and fiat and have these currency pairs, and I will be able to bridge and move money across borders. And I'm addressing some of the difficult points or the hurdles that they will be facing. And one of the biggest hurdles is access to banking. There are many players around the world who are licensed or are quasi-licensed, i.e. they are sponsored by the licensing institution, or maybe they have a license themselves, or they may be their RA, a registered agent, authorized delegate, an EMD, electronic money distributor, nomenclature notwithstanding of their designation, but they are licensed, but yet they cannot find access to banking. Why? In the traditional sense, and quite a few money transmitter license holders themselves who want to enter into this business are finding that the original banks that they work with, the JP Morgan, the Wells Fargo, the Bank of America, etc., and they can be big or small, are saying, no, you know what, we approved you originally only for fiat. We do not want to see you do crypto. You touch crypto, access to banking from our side is taken out.
So this narrative, I think, is going to completely change pretty much overnight, based on the OCC announcing that the nationally chartered banks are able now to provide custody of cryptocurrency and also move into other services. This is all to the thanks of Brian Brooks, who came from Coinbase just 2 short months ago. What a brand new guiding light he is. And it is also one of the reasons why you probably see a lot of green in the market. Ethereum is up, XRP is up, ADA, BSV, what we've got 7%, 5.5% gain, 10% gain, and 5.3% gain respectively. And the BTC dominance of the market is under 60%. This was very surprising to me. It tells that there is a lot of new and old money going into the alts. Now, I know a lot of the BTC maxis, this is not something they want to see, but to have a healthy ecosystem, this is very good. It's very good to see the entire tide turn green. And so this new surprising rule, it is just really going to change a lot of conversations in the boardrooms, so says the former BNY Mellon and UBS blockchain lead Alex Baltlin. And he goes on to say that he expects that the cheapest solution for the bigger banks is to have some kind of semi-de-risked trial of this, is to use someone as a sub-custodian. So a sub-custodian, who would that be? Maybe just temporary or even a permanent? Well, of course, Polysign. And they are where Silicon Valley meets Wall Street. And it has a dream team, seriously, a dream team. David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, Antoinette O'Gorman, she's the former compliance officer at Ripple. Arthur Brito, he's of course our most loved mystery man of the XRP ledger. And there is a former UBS executive along with the retired vice chairman of BNY Mellon. BNY Mellon custodies 25% of the global institutional assets. This is a dream team. And who is heading the operations and product at Polysign? That would be Tracy Lee. She also was the former senior product manager of custody at Coinbase. So boy, we are really seeing these Coinbase people make a lot of moves. In September, she was on a panel, Tracy Lee was, and I want to share with you short portion of that panel because you're going to find that Polysign is a digital bank. She was part of this mixer, and it took place in September in San Francisco, and she was with a lot of other women who are in the fintech and digital space. And let's just go back to this video. All right, she's being introduced, and then she introduces herself and the company Polysign that she works with, and she is calling it a startup. And I'm really sorry, the sound is very bad, very bad. And I have it the best I can do for you. I will tell you that if you look at the timestamp, the 34-second mark is where she talks about working at this startup called Polysign. And then the 49-second mark, that's where she says that her company is a digital bank and that they allow institutional investors to withdraw and deposit cryptocurrency. So, all right, do your best here. So sorry again, but I couldn't find any other sound than this one that was part of Facebook.
It's got Tracy Lee. Hi, my name is Tracy Lee. For a side speaker today, I want to kind of like share about my experience of like moving into the same country over 14 years ago, and also like some how this is going to get a job in product management. So my most current role is working at a startup called Polysign. So we are a crypto custodian type of startup. I don't know how many people here are familiar with the word custodian. Oh, cool. So I'll simplify that. So what my company does is we are a digital bank to allow institutional investors to withdraw and deposit of cryptocurrencies and also keep it safe. So I previously.
And also to keep it safe. So digital banks, well, they are the future. And I'm not talking far out in the future either. Millions of people already use them, and they are everything that is a traditional bank offers, except they don't have the branches. So they are convenient, they're less costly, they have better customer service, and sometimes you'll hear people call them neobanks. And I'd say access to banking is one difficult point that XRP is not going to have because of its connection of Ripple and Polysign. I mean, there is every reason under the sun that Ripple wants XRP to be successful, and there's every reason that Ripple wants Polysign to be successful. This is going to be part of a digital and virtual banking change that will provide these laser-focused online customer experiences. And you can see that the digital banks can also provide customer loans, payment services, all through this digital-only channel without the physical branches. So it's all very, very exciting. And in her LinkedIn page, if we just go back to Tracy's LinkedIn again, you can see that she describes Polysign as building a digital asset custodian powered by the HSMs. That is the hardware security modules, a redefined cold storage solution with multi-level security. So I thought it would be interesting to see what these HSMs do, because obviously this is a big part of their business. And for the HSMs before the cloud environments, they are physical devices that were very expensive. They do safeguard and manage these digital keys, and they do it by cryptographic operations, so controlling the cryptography and limiting the risk. But what happens now when you go to the cloud? Because I was thinking, well, maybe since RippleNet has rolled over, that's not the right word, what's the right word, has transformed into a cloud service environment. Yeah, maybe that's the best way to say it. So possibly Polysign is also going to offer this part of their business through a cloud-based environment. And so how does that HSM function in the cloud? So this is kind of interesting because you can see that there's multiple ways that Polysign may provide its suite of services, and it became a little bit more clear when I watched this. So I'm going to share this with you.
Up until recently, people bought HSMs in boxes, so they're physical pieces of hardware. You buy them from a vendor, then you have to pay a maintenance fee to keep them going, and you have to go and install the firmware modules yourself most often in your data center. So they're quite costly things to buy and maintain. So for that reason, as people migrate more of their computing workloads to the cloud, a lot of vendors are offering cloud-based HSM solutions. So the idea is that you, instead of buying a box, you rent the HSM functionality that you need from a provider that might be your cloud provider, or it might be a third party who can put a box in a data center next to your cloud provider, and they'll rent you the HSM. These services are very different. So sometimes you rent just a bit of space on a shared HSM. Sometimes you rent a virtual HSM inside a physical HSM. Sometimes you really rent that physical box, and you might even have the right to go and physically visit it if you want and poke it and check that it's really there and running the firmware that you think it's running. What solution you go for will depend a lot on the regulations, the compliance regimes, and the risk posture of your organization.
Yeah, so I'm not sure how Polysign is going to do it, but I just thought that was interesting to see that they have different ways to make a product suite of services. And so is it a big deal, all of this? Yeah, it's a big deal, especially since Ripple and Polysign seem to be always steps ahead of how the industry is moving. And I want you to listen to James Wester. He is the researcher at the Blockchain Strategies, and he's going to talk about why this is a big deal and how, from an industry standpoint, it can change some things. Have a listen.
From an industry standpoint, the financial institution standpoint, what you're actually seeing now is, custody services is kind of a strange business. The idea that somebody has to validate who owns what. And a lot of banks have been doing this for stock certificates, for lots of different asset classes. So what this allows financial institutions to do is now basically create a new business, which is a good thing because it gives them something now that they can offer to their institutional clients. But also, I think what it does, just from a risk and compliance standpoint, is if we're going to treat cryptocurrencies as another asset class, you can't expect a financial investor or an institutional investor to be responsible for their own private. From a risk and compliance standpoint, that's just not going to fly. So you're going to have somebody who can help with the risk mitigation of protecting the private keys, protecting ownership of a cryptocurrency like a Bitcoin. So it is, as you said, a very big deal.
Yep, it's a very big deal. So Polysign is going to be able to provide that capability. And just think of the volume. Just imagine the size of crypto. Now, Polysign is going to give them the rail to grow by trillions, not billions, trillions. And nothing is going to hold back XRP from being used in payments. So I hope you're ready. I am. I'm jumping to the fluff, everyone. We are going to just talk a little bit about Sumo because there was a young wrestler yesterday who made a bad decision, and he went out to dinner with his sponsors, and that is a no-no during tournament time because he could expose himself to the virus and then, of course, spread to the top-ranked wrestlers. So he's in big trouble. This is Abi. And Abi has been suspended, so he won't be finishing out his tournament. But my guy Enho is finally turned on the steam. He was off to a bad start in the beginning, but he is now, I think he has found his wheels, And I want to show you why he's so exciting to watch and why everybody is rooting for him. Not only just because he's half the size of most of the wrestlers, but his technique and his ability to get out of really difficult situations is so fun. And you're going to see here, he is, this was yesterday, he was meeting Tamawashi. And you can see he's about to lose, not once, not twice, but 3 times. So here's the tachiai. It's a strange start. He just stops and he gets himself in a really bad position. I mean, he's in a headlock. Okay, is he going to lose? No, he doesn't. Is he going to lose? No, he doesn't. Again? No. He wins. Amazing, huh? Yeah, this is why he's so fun to watch. Well, and in addition to, I think I've talked on a couple of occasions about how everyone feels so sad that they were going to miss out on the fireworks this summer. But there is a city just next to Tokyo called Chiba, and they're going to create a drive-in so you can do the fireworks in your car. I think it's a great solution to the current problems that we're facing. Yeah, I'm just so happy that people are thinking outside of the box. And again, maybe this creates a permanent, maybe people will prefer it over going out on the street in the future. Maybe we'll always have these drive-in fireworks. And also there's a new Kit Kat that just came out just in the last couple of days. There's a famous one called Tokyo Banana, but this one is the gold Tokyo Banana, and it has caramel and this kind of limited edition special box in the shape of Mount Fuji. I'm going to find this. I'm going to give some away when my channel hits 35,000, which is going to be very soon in terms of the subscribers. So you can look forward to that. I can't wait to taste this because I love both caramel and bananas. And I came back yesterday from Lake Yamanakako, which is one of the very best spots in the Tokyo area to see this diamond Fuji. And the diamond Fuji is certain times of the year where the sun positions just above the mountaintop and gets this amazing ray of light that creates a diamond effect. And if you're in Japan, there's different times of the year. If you're in Tokyo, it's usually, depending on location, November to February, I believe. And there's a new location that has been added as of January, and that is Shibuya, which is in the heart of the city. Here I am with a friend, and you can see that on the list now of some 12 places that you can see Diamond Fuji, the top of the Shibuya Crossing building is one place. And this is I would say, I would recommend this be your location to go see it. So I will put a list of all those locations in the description below, and you can see that some places are free, some places do have some admission. There is a first chance viewing time, and then there's also the second chance viewing time. So you can see depending on where you are. So, let's go look at the Shibuya one. So the first time to see it is February 6th and 7th at about 4:15 in the afternoon. Or if you miss that, you can catch it on November 5th or 6th at about the same, no, a little bit earlier, at about 4. Oh, this is 5:15. This is 4:43. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, there's different places. And if you're in Tokyo during any of these months, this is something you want to try to see and take a picture of. It's just so beautiful. If you Google Diamond Fuji, you can see some of the photographs people have taken. And I'm sure you're going to say, oh, I need to see this. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.